My name is Dr. Anu Räisänen, and on this video I will explain how you can use the Re-Aim Sports Setting Matrix to evaluate implementation success. The Re-Aim framework is based on the work of Russell Glasgow and colleagues published in 1999. As always, I will provide full references in the end of the video. Since I am going to focus on using the Re-Aim framework in the sports setting, I will use an extension of the Re-Aim framework, the Re-Aim Sports Setting Matrix. The Re-Aim SSM was created by Finch and Donaldson. On the left, you have all the Re-Aim dimensions that I will introduce in a bit. On the top of the table, you have the different levels of the sports setting, and you will need to assess the Re-Aim dimensions on each level. Naturally, different implementation factors would be relevant on the national level than, for example, on the team level. Now, let's take a look at the Re-Aim dimensions. In my examples, I will explain how the Re-Aim can be applied to evaluate the implementation of a sport injury prevention exercise program. Please note that Re-Aim can also be applied to other types of interventions. Reach refers to the proportion of target population that participate in the intervention or who are aware of the intervention. On the national sport organization level, reach can be measured as the proportion of relevant administrators who are aware of the program or who think the program is a good idea. On team level, reach can be measured as the proportion of coaches who are aware of the program, coaches attending education about the program, or how well the coaches who are aware and attend education represent the coaching population. Please note that these are just examples of two levels. Reach and all the other Re-Aim dimensions can be measured on all 6 levels. Effectiveness refers to the success rate when an intervention is implemented as intended. For example, the reduction in lower extremity injury incidence. Effectiveness is also described as whether the intervention does more good than harm under usual conditions, meaning the real world instead of a controlled research setting. On the league level, effectiveness can be measured as the reduction in lower extremity injuries in the leagues that are implementing the program compared with other leagues that are affiliated with the same provincial organization. On the participant level, effectiveness can be described as the reduction in participants' lower extremity injury rates compared to previous season, or as the proportion of participants who are able to perform the exercises in the program correctly. It has been suggested that implementation success depends more on the subjective perception of the effectiveness than objectively measured effectiveness. Therefore, on the team level, you would want to measure the proportion of coaches who believe the program reduces athletes' risk of injury and who believe that the program has other benefits for athletes, such as technique or performance gains. Adoption refers to the proportion of organizations and/or people who adopt the intervention. On the national organization level, this can mean the extent to which the program is part of their safety strategy. On the club level, it can mean the proportion of clubs which have a formal policy regarding program use. On team level, adoption can be measured as the proportion of coaches who deliver the program to their athletes. Implementation refers to the extent to which the intervention is used as intended. On the league level, it can be measured as the extent to which the program is implemented as intended by the league, as the investment in the program by the leagues, or as the proportion of leagues offering coach education to implement the program. On the team level, implementation can be measured as the proportion of coaches delivering the program as intended. number of program sessions delivered, and proportion of coaches who modified or adapted the program. Maintenance refers to the extent to which the intervention is sustained over time. On the national organization level, maintenance can mean that the organization has or intends to develop a formal policy on the program, or they have the program integrated into their strategic or business plans. On the team level, maintenance can be measured as the proportion of coaches implementing the program as intended 3 years after receiving training, or intending to implement the program with athletes in the future. Please note that 3 years is just an example. The length of the desired maintenance period can depend on the intervention and the setting. That was my introduction to using the Re-AIM Sport Setting Matrix to evaluate implementation success. Please check out these references for further information. Thanks for watching.